All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 18 years of buying watches, I've decided to treating myself to a holy grail, the holy grail of not buying a watch for a year. Let that sink in. Not buying a watch is a gift to myself. Not buying a watch is like getting something. It's called peace of mind. We shall see. So, for my mental health, I'm going to quit buying watches for a year. A whole year off. The watch buying treadmill is going to be good for me. And I'm going to tell you guys why. I mean, number one, I need to get my pride and my dignity back. I mean, do you know how humiliating it is to be owned by your addiction, to let your addiction rule your life? It's a form of self-abasement and humiliation that requires drastic action. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, my watch buying addiction has ruled my life more than it should, and I don't like it. I don't like that. So I'm very eager to quit buying watches for a whole year, see what happens. Now, secondly, I'm going to quit buying watches for a year to reboot my brain. The dopamine centers in my brain need a reboot. They've been short-circuited. Think about it. 18 years I've been on the watch addiction treadmill. Buying, selling, flipping. And my brain is short-circuited. Ladies and gentlemen, a short-circuited brain is a brain that has impaired function, impaired judgment. I need a reboot. All right. Third reason I'm going to quit buying watches for a year. I'm quitting because I'm mentally exhausted. Running on the treadmill of watch addiction for 18 years is just mentally exhausting. Struggling to find the ultimate collection, having dreams about watches at night, making lists, going online. It's like going into the fields of delirium and never returning, man. I need a rest. It has to happen. There's a fourth reason I'm quitting. I love my current collection, and just one more watch acquisition would diminish my ability to appreciate the watches that I own. And one more watch would push me into the abyss. You know, Carlos, he texted me yesterday. He said, my SPB143 is up for sale. Do you want it? Because he knows I traded mine for to get my Captain Willard back. It's tempting, but I can't. I can't do it. I can't acquire any more watches. They'll just push me into the abyss. This compels me now to talk about the watch hobby itself. For me, maybe not you, but for me, it's an addiction, and I've been thinking a lot about addiction. Any relationship you have with something that's addictive is abusive. And so for me, I have to stop buying watches for at least a year because I need to step out of an abusive relationship. I have to quit buying watches. I got to see what it's like to be out of an abusive relationship for a year. I need that opportunity for me. Man, abusive relationship. You sound like some sort of therapy speak. Yeah, well, I'm serious. Now, this resolution not to buy watches for a year, it's important to me. I mean, I'm putting it out there. I am putting it in the public venue, on my blog, on Instagram, on this YouTube video right here. You know why? Because I want public accountability. I want to be one of those contestants on The Biggest Loser who has the entire world witnessing their weight loss quest. In my case, it's the not buy a watch quest. In fact, I want to be on a TV show called Kill the Watch Addiction, in which watch addicts have to go on stage and perform a weekly State of the Collection. And I can already see this happening. I'm going to be on stage, and TV host Jillian Michaels, she's going to say, does Jeff McMahon have any new watches in his collection? And I'm going to be on stage, and I'm going to open my velveteen watch box. And Jillian Michaels is going to look at my watches. She's going to count them. He has 7 watches, same as last week. Looks good. There doesn't appear to be any problem, but let's do a deeper inspection. She snaps her fingers. She snaps her fingers, and a security crew has me stand against the wall. I'm frisked. A 300-pound, bald, retired police detective who now works security. He's part of the crew. He finds a grand Seiko in one of my cargo short pockets. The crowd is booing me. I'm being pelted with eggs, banana peels, $10 Casios. I'm being pelted. And then Jillian Michaels announces, in accordance with the TV show's rules, I have to sell the Grand Seiko on eBay and give all the money to my favorite charity. Then they cut to a commercial. When they return, I'm sentenced to 3 months in watch detox. This detox takes place in an undisclosed forest. And you see me wearing a prison jumpsuit. All my watches are gone. I'm not even wearing a watch. My wrist is naked, and you can see the tan line in the area on my wrist where I've worn watches all my life. Naked wrist. That might even be a better TV title for the show. The Naked Wrist. And you can see me with my naked wrist, wearing a prison jumpsuit. I'm in this forest of detox. No watches, no online, no internet to look at watches. And I spend my days chopping wood, eating salmon, eating venison. I bathe myself in these ice-cold lakes. I don't know why I do that, but I do that. Because it's good for the TV show. It's all about the ratings. They cut to another commercial. When they return, the TV crew is taking me on a boat to an island. And I'm told to swim 50 miles to shores. You can see me on my final stretch, swimming to shore. Exhausted, I crawl onto the sand. I crawl toward a cave. And there's this treasure chest. I open the box, and this beam of light shines in my face. And I have this long beard because I've been out in the forest, in watch detox. And I look like an Old Testament prophet. And inside this treasure chest are my 7 watches. And Jillian Michaels is standing there, and she says, "So, Jeff McMahon, how does it feel to be reunited with your beloved timepieces?" And I'm just standing there, I'm shaking my head, and I'm going, I don't know, man. This is not as amazing as I thought. My connection to watches isn't what it used to be. I think I was making too big of a deal out of it. This whole watch business was getting the best of me, I think. And Jillian Michaels says, "You look confused, McMahon. Tell us what you're thinking." And I'm standing there, and this beam of light is still coming out from the treasure chest, and I go, I feel really stupid right now. I feel like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, trying to find my ruby slippers so I could go home. And this entire time, I was already home. It was like my mind was playing me against me. This whole watch addiction was a form of self-sabotage. And Jillian Michaels looks into the camera and she says, "Another soul has been saved on Kill the Watch Addiction. Next week, we'll try to cure a man whose wife is leaving him because all the homes in their 3-bedroom home have been converted into a watch warehouse, and she's threatening to divorce him." So, to be serious, part of me is a little bit scared of quitting for a year. What happens if my watch addiction diminishes so much that I don't even like the 7 watches that I have? Look at these 2 watches in this video shot here. I haven't even touched any of them. I miss them. I haven't touched them for 5 minutes. So, what if I were to sell all my watches and wear a smartwatch? Who would I be then? I'd look in the mirror and say, "I don't even know you, man." So, there is the fear of the unknown, but that's okay. I'm getting out of an abusive relationship, and I'm starting a new chapter in my life. Now, there is a voice in my head that's going, "Yeah, but what are you going to do, man, for your YouTube channel? What about the show? You got to have a show." Well, I don't know. The show has always been to try to be real about my obsessions and my interests. Yeah, but there's got to be a show. There's got to be a show. There's got to be watch unboxings, watch reviews. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to artificially contrive some content just so I can get the algorithms going in my favor. If my YouTube channel dies, so be it. You know why? Because the audience and the content creators, you know, we engage with each other and we decide what the content's going to be. I'm not in complete control of that. If my post-watch buying existence generates content that enough of an audience likes, so be it. But if the audience says no, then I accept that too. I accept my fate. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think, man. How's your watch relationship going? Is it like mine? Is it a little bit better? It's probably a little bit better. Could be the same, could be worse. I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I'm out.